बोलिए सतगुरु कबीर साहिब की जय। सब विधि मुझ मंगल करनम, नय से सकलेश। सत्य नाम सम नाम नहीं, वरदायक वरदेश। गुरु के सुमिरन मंच से, नाशत विघ्नयनन। तासे सर्वारंभ में, ध्यावत है सब संग। बंदो चरण सरोज गुरु, मुझे मंगल यागा। जही सेवत नर होत है, भव सागर के पार। भव सागर के पार। चितावनी। कबीर जन्म जाय पुकारिया, धर्मराय दरबार। हंसम वासे होई रहा, लगे ना फांस हमार। हमरी शंका ना करे, तुम्हारी धरे न धीर। सतगुरु के बल गाजहि, कहे कबीर कबीर। कबीर कहे वाको जानी दे, मेरे दसी न जान। खेवतिया की नाव पर, चरे घनेरे आए। बाजा बाजे रहे ते का, परा नगर में शोर। सतगुरु खसम कबीर है, मोहि नजर न आवे और। सत्य का शब्द सुने भाई, पकड़ी अदल बादशाही। साधु बंदगी दीदार, सहजे उतरे साया पार। सो हम शब्द सो कर प्रीत, अनुभव अकंद घर को जी। तन में खबर कर भाई, जामे नाम रोशनाई। सुरती नगर बस्ती खूब, बेहर उलट चर महबूब। सुरती नगर में कर सेल, जामे आत्मा को मेल। अमृत मूल सांडी मिला, तापर राखो बनिया पा। देह मध्य में धरना, आसन अमर यो करना। द्वारश पवन भर पीजे, शशि घर उलती चर लीजे। तन मन वार ना कीजे, उलती निज नाम रस पीजे। तन मन साहित राको श्वास, इस विधि करो बेहरवास। दोनों नैन की करबान, भौरा उलती कसो कमान। पर्वत छेके दरिया जान, कर ले त्रिकुटी स्नान। सहजे परस पर निर्बान, तेरा मीटे आवा जान। जामे गए बेका बाजार, सरवर दूर देसे पार। ताबिश खरे कुदरती झार, शोभा कोटि अगम अपार। लागे नवलक तारा फूल, किरने कोटि जरिया मूल। ताको देख नामत बोल,
रमता राम आप रसूल, माया भरम की काची, देखो अंतर की साची।
बरसे नीर बिना मोती, चंदा सूरज की ज्योति, झलके झिल मिला नारी, ताबिच यलक है क्यारी। मानो प्रेम की झारी, खुल गई अगम की वारी, बेहा भरम का खोया, दीपक नाम का जोया। योगी युक्ति से जीवे, प्याला प्रेम का पीवे, मौला पीव को दीजे, तन मन कुर्बान कर लीजे। परी है प्रेम की फांसी, मनवा गगन का वासी, बाजे बिना तंती तोर, सहजे यूंगे पश्चिम शोर। भौरा सुगंध का प्यासा, किया है कमल में वासा, रमता हंस है राजा, सहजे पलक आवाजा। सुंदर शाम घन आया, बादल गगन में छाया, अमृत बूंद झरी लाया, देख ढोई नैन ललचाया। अजब दीदार को पाया, दरिया सहज में नहाया, दरिया उलटी उमगे नीर, ताबिच छले 64 छी। हंसा आन बैठे थी, सहजे चूगे मुक्ताही, मिला है प्रेम का प्याला, नहीं है नैन सो न्यारा। जीवत मृतक ना व्यापे काल, जो त्रिकुटी से पलक न टाल। पल का पीव सो लागा, धोखा दिल का भागा। चितावनी चित विलास, जब लग रहे पिंजर श्वास। सो हम शब्द यज पाजा, जहाँ कबीर साहिब आप ही आ, जहाँ कबीर साहिब आप ही आ। चितावनी चित लगी रहे, यह गति लखे न कोई। अगम पंथ के महल में, अनहर बानी होय। नाम नैन मीरनी रहा, जाने बिरला कोई। जाको सतगुरु मिलिया, ताको मालूम होय। झंडा रूपा गैब का, डोई पर्वत के संग। साधु पिचाने शब्द को, दृष्टि कमल कर बंद। झलके ज्योति झिल मिला, बिन बाती बिन तेल। चहुदिश सूरज उगिया, ऐसा अद्भुत के। जागृत रूपी रहित है, सतमत गह गंभीर। अजर नाम बिन से नहीं, सो हम सत्य कबीर। अजर नाम बिन से नहीं, सो हम सत्य कबीर। ज्ञान गुदरी। धर्मदास बिनवे कर जोरी, साहिब सुनिए बिनती मोरी। काया गुदरी कहो संदेशा, जैसे जीव का मिटे अंदेशा। अलक पुरुष जब किया विचारा, लक 84 धागा डारा। पांच तत्व की गुदरी बीनी, तीन गुणन से तरही कीनी, कामे जीव ब्रह्म और माया, समरत ऐसा खेल बनाया। जीवन 5-25 लागे, काम क्रोध मोह मर पागे। काया गुरही का विस्तारा, देखो संजो अगम सिंगारा। चांद सूरज डूबे बन लागे, गुरु प्रताप से सोवत जागे। शब्द की सुई सुरति कदोरा, ज्ञान की तो बन सिरजन जोरा। अब गुररी की करी होशियारी, दाग न लागे देख विचारी। सुमति का साबुन सिरजन धोई, कुमति मैल को डारो कोई। जिन गुदरी का किया बिचारा, सो जन भे सिरजन हारा। धीरज दुनी ध्यान करे आसन, सत्य के कौपीन सहज सिंहासन। युक्ति का मंडल कर गहलीना, प्रेम पवारी मुर्शिद चीना। सेली शील विवेक की माला, दया की टोपी तन धर्मशाला। महरम तंगा मत वैशा की, मृगशाला मन ही की राखी। निश्चय धोती पवन जनेऊ, अजपा जपे सुजाने बेऊ। रहे निरंतर सत्य गुरु दाया, साधु संगति करे सब कछु पाया। लौकी लकुति हृदय जोरी,
क्षमा कराओ बहर बहोरी।
मुक्ति में कला सुकृत सुमरनी, प्रेम पियाला पीवे मौनी। उदास कुबरी कलह निवारी, ममता कुत्ती को ललकारी। युक्ति जंजीर बांध जब लीना, अगमय गोचर खिड़की चीना। वैराग त्याग विज्ञान निधान, तत्व तिलक दीन्हा निर्वाण। गुरु गम चकमक मनसा तूला, ब्रह्म अग्नि प्रगट कर मूला। संशय शोक सकल
ब्रह्मचार,
5-25 प्रगट ही मारा। दिल का दर्पण दुविधा कोई, सो बैरागी पक्का होई। शून्य महल में फेरी देई, अमृत रस की भिक्षाले। दुख सुख मेला जग का भाव, त्रिवेणी के घाट नहाओ। तन मन शुद्ध भया जब ज्ञान, तब लक पावे पर निर्वाण। अष्ट कमल दल चक्रा सूझे, योगी आप में बूझे। इंगला पिंगला के घर जाई, सुख मन नारी रहे टहराई। ओ हम सो हम तत्व विचारा, बंकनाल में किया संभारा।
मन को मार गगन चरी जाई, मानस सरोवर पैठ नहाई। अनहर नारे नाम की पूजा, ब्रह्म बैराग देव नहीं दूजा। छूटी गई कसमल कर्म चलेगा, यहाँ नैनन साहब को देखा।
अहंकार अभिमान बिदारा, गत का चौका करे उजियारा। चित कर चंदन मन सापूला, हित कर संपुट कर ले मूला, श्रराचान बड़ प्रीति कर धूपा, नौतम नाम साहब को रूपा, गुधरी पहरे आप यलेका, जिन यहाँ प्रगट चलायो बेका, साहेब कबीर बकस जब दीना, सुर नर मुनि सब गुररी लीना, ज्ञान गुररी परे प्रभाता,
जन्म जन्म के
पातक जाता, ज्ञान गुधरी परे मध्याना, सोल की पावे पर निर्वाण, संध्या सुमिरन जो कर करही, जरा मरन भव सागर तरही, कहे कबीर सुनो धर्मदासा, ज्ञान गुधरी करो प्रकाशा,
कहे
कबीर सुनो धर्मदासा, ज्ञान गुधरी करो प्रकाशा, माला टोपी सुमेरनी सतगुरु दिया बख्शीश, पल पल गुरु को बंदगी चरण नवाओ शीश, भव बंधन दुख परिहरन अमर करन शरीर, आदि युगादि आप हो गुरु चारो योग कबीर, बंदी चोर कहाइया भलक शहर मन जान, छूटे बंधन बेक का धन धन कहे संसार, मैं कबीर बिचलो नहीं शब्द मोड़ समरस, ताको लोक पताई हो जो चर शब्द कर।
बोलिए सतगुरु कबीर साहिब की जय। Devotees, we will now join Mahant Nehu Sahib for his evening discourse. Bandagi Sahib.
बोलिए सतगुरु कबीर साहिब की जय. Let's bow our heads as we begin with an opening prayer. ओ सतलोक से उठरे करता पुरुष कबीर, जलपाहन भौरन किए दो दीनन के पीर, दो दीनन के पीर. ध्यायेत सद्गुरं श्वेत रूपममलं, श्वेतंबरम शोभितम कर्णे कुंडल श्वेत शोभा मुकुटम हीरामणि मंडितम, नानामाल मुक्तादि शोभित कला परमासने सुस्थनम, दया विधिर सुप्रसन्नम वरनम सद्गुरं तनमामि, द्विपदम द्विभुजम प्रसन्नम वरनम, द्विनेत्रम दयालम सेलिकंतमातिकलम, श्वेतंबरी मेखला चक्रांकित रत्नाखचितम, द्वैष्पंतारा बंदगी सद्गुरु योगनन सहितम, कबीरम करुणामयम, बानी महा अग्रा की बानी तामे योग संतायन ज्ञानी, प्रथम शब्द सुरती निर्मावा नामनी अक्षर अदर बतावा, कबीर नामनी अक्षर लीना अग्रबानी हंसन को दीना, अग्रबानी अग्रान है अग्र दजा पहराई, यही कबीर रामदासो आदि शब्द विदेही आए, अमर पुरुष को सुमिरन कीना सुमिरन भजन जाप कर लेना, सत्य नाम सुमिरो गतमा ही धर्म राय की पढ़े न चाही, यही कबीर रामदासो सत्य नाम निज सार, यहाँ सुमिरन निज सुमिर के हंसा होई भाव पार, हंसा होई भाव पार. बोलिए सतगुरु कबीर साहिब की जय. Devotees, once again I welcome you and join in with us in our second night fasting for this month of January 2022. And you know, this is our first fasting for this year. And I guess most of you will have outlined your plans, set goals that you want to achieve during this year. And through the grace and blessings of Sadhguru Kabir Saheb, I wish it all come true for all of us. So devotees, again, we are in this challenging time, and we have friends and families that that may not some has left us because of this challenging time, and we want to sympathize with all those family and devotees who probably did not pull through at this time. And may Sadhguru Kabir Sahib also show his blessings to them. Today, and as continued from last night a little, because last night we went into these three words that we meet regularly in our prayers, and and I try to give a little explanation as to the meaning and why it is performed and so. But we did Sandhya and Sumiran, and today I will begin by singing a little arti for you. Because this, just to make that part of the program complete a little, and then we will do a few chopais in the Poornima Katha. So I know it's one of those normal bhajans that we sing. This comes from one of the Ramayani arati. Boliye Satguru Kabir Saheb ki jai. Dharamdas mano upadesha Satya Purush ka sunam sandesha Satya Purush ka sunam sandesha Dharamdas mano chitlai Prahuti ka par uchatan jai Prahuti ka par uchatan jai Arati ajar lok mahakina So arati hum tum kah dina जागर आरती करहु बनाई निर्भय हंस लोक को जाई धर्मदास मानो उपदेश सत्य पुरुष का सन संदेश धर्मदास मानो चितलाई राहुति का पर उछत न जाई को तिन ज्ञान कते नर लोई बिना आरती बचू नहीं कोई जागर आरती नागिन साची ताघर धर्मराय की बाजी धर्मदास मानो उपदेश सत्य पुरुष का सन संदेश धर्मदास मानो चितलाई राहुति का पर उछत न जाई अजर ज्योतिया रति प्रकाशा धूत भूत यम माने त्रासा कहे कबीर सुनो धर्मदासा हंसा पावे लोक निवासा धर्मदास मानो उपदेश Satya Purushika Suna Sandesha Dharmadas Mano Chitalai Rahuti Kapar Uchatan Jai Rahuti Kapar Uchatan Jai कहे कबीर धर्मदास सो शब्द न खाली हो तुम ही चोरी और रन कहे सो जीव जाय भिगोई सो जीव जाय भिगोई बोलिए सतगुरु कबीर साहिब की जय. So just to give you a little on the meaning of this bhajan, Sadhguru Kabir Saheb was speaking to Ramdass Sahib, and he's expressing this about arti. As I explained, you will see that it is, the benefits of performing the arti. It says here, Dharamadasa Manu Upadesha. The Sadhguru Kabir Sahib is telling Ramdass Sahib that listen carefully because this comes from the heavenly world. Satya Purusha Kasuna Sandesha. And this, what I'm telling you, is directly from the Satpurush himself, the Supreme Lord himself. That, and understand the source of this arti that I'm telling you, how to perform this arti. Dharamadasa Mano Chittalai. Telling Ramdass Sahib that, remember what I'm telling you, put it in your thought, have it there written in your thought, your chit. Rahothika par uchatana jai. And put it there that you must not forget. And you must be so, tika mean to, like tika, something that we write down, that we must not forget. So he says that you must write down this and don't forget this. Arati ajara loka mahakinha. This arati, it is performed in way in ajara lok, in the look of heaven, the heavenly look. So arati hamattuma kahadinha. And in that place, where this arati is performed, everyone who perform this arati for each other. Just like how we do it in this world, when we do our chauka ceremony and we do our arati, we take the arati and we pass it for each other, and we do it. So arati hamattuma kahadina. For both of us. Jaghar arati karahu banai. And it says, in that home where the arati is performed, is prepared and performed, Nirbhay Hansa Loka ko jai. That persons who perform this arati, what happens to them? They go fearlessly to the Hans Lok. The Hans Lok mean where only souls dwell. So, last time I was saying, Hansa mile sukha hui. How much happiness that one get when they say when two souls meet. There's so much happiness. Hansa, they say here, nearby Hansa Lok. In that lok where the souls dwell. But everyone in this world, you say that, we try many different things, and then when real difficulties, like last night I was saying, took from me Sumerian subcredit. That when we try millions of things before we could really, then before we could get that understanding that what's meant. You always root or form or means of getting salvation is through, or to get liberation from anything, is through your worship to your Buddha. So say Kotina Gyana Katina Lui, that one will try millions of schemes to try to overcome. Pina arati bachu nahi koi, but yet still they will not succeed. Jag hare arati nahi nasaji. But in that home, where the arati is not performed, tag hare dharam raya ki baji. In that home is where Haram Rai, the Lord of Death, will come. Ajara Jyoti Arati Parakasha. That in the Chauka ceremony, that Jyot Arati is the symbol of the enlightenment. Because without light, you wouldn't be able to see anything in this world. So light is a really important factor in whatever we do, even for our holy days and duties. They say Ajara Jyoti Arati Parakasha. So Sadhguru Kabir Saheb is saying, that Jyot Arati that we take and we pass in the home, he say wherever that ray of light hit or meet, Duta Bhuta Yama Mana Trasa. That all the obstacles are removed. Or they keep away from that because they are afraid of light. Duta Bhut mean the messenger and thing, all the things that come. And this messenger is, there's always someone who will bring a message to you that, to keep you distracted in this life. And as a messenger, Sadhguru Kabir Saheb is speaking. That one, that person will come with that message to just disturb your true focus and your true duty. So that's the way you have to be careful. Dut and Put. They are there, their symbol, their duty is to just keep nagging at you and disturbing you and influencing you to fall for the Maya things in this life. To fall away, to don't have that strong determination to withstand, because we, after so many different ways of attacking, you may eventually fall for it. So brave and so firm in your belief you must be to overcome that. Kahe Kabir Saheb Dharmadasa Ansa Pawe Loka Nivasa. And Sadhguru Kabir Saheb is telling Ramdass, listen with Ramdass, Hansa Pawe Loka Nivasa. The soul that observe or perform this arti in this way will gain Satluk or the Hansluk. Kahe Kabir Dharamdas so Shabda Nakhali Hui. Sadhguru Kabir Saheb is telling Dharamdas again. Kahe Kabir Dharamdas so, or listen to Dharamdas, Shabda Nakhali Hui. Khali means to be empty. And Shabda is the important thing there. Because Shabda, that word, that trust that you put into something, because the only way in this world that something, that trust can be developed is when someone give you a good word. So that shabd, that message, don't leave it empty-handed, just so. To mahi chori orang so jiwa jai bigoe. Because if for any reason someone did not, perform the arti as in this case here, what will happen? They forever will be wandering in this world. Follow. Boliye Satguru Kabir Saheb ki jai. The devotees. At this point in time, I could just read a little chopai from the Prat Katha, because today I forgot to mention earlier, but today we will be switching to Uncle Hari for Mahant Hari for messages and blessings of Prasad and so, and then we closing at 7:30 today. So in the little time I have, I want to speak a little about the Poornima birth. So over this period of time, we have all been listening to this Poornima birth katha over and over. And, the Poornima birth is just one part of the outstanding thing that we are required to do all the time. Meaning that you could eventually make all the day of Poornima different. But what happens? Because the intentions of this is that one will want to sit on Poornima day and be very focused and think and do the Poornima birth. But that's only one aspect. What about the other 29 or 30 days that you have to be for the month? And that is the important thing, because in this life, there are two things, that we must be minded of, or remind ourselves of. There's one type of life which is called the family life, which is grihas. The grihas life is where you go into the family life. And the vairag life is where someone go and did not take or put attention to the marital side of life and thing, but family life. They choose to go on that route where they try to save themselves from this world by living that way. Sadhguru Kabir Saheb spoke about those two ways, and he did say that yes, both are beneficial, but if you're already in the grihast life, it will be difficult for you, because after midway in your life, you want to divert into something that you didn't practice from the beginning, because you may already have family, or you might have your own children and thing, and what will happen? So when Sadhguru Kabir Sahib said in the Poonam Brat, I say that let me just read this little chopai here. Poonama Brat kare jo koi tako avagamana oi kama krodha mad lobha bhulawa ninda irekha dura bahawa. In this chopai, Sadhguru Kabir Sahib is telling us that the Poonam Brata Kare Jo Koi, that when someone perform this Poornima Brat, what will happen? Tako awa gawanamui, that it will free themselves from this cycle of birth and death, of going and coming in this world. Then it went on to say, calm, that we must not have calm, which is lust and crude anger and mud attachment and love, greed, So he went on to mention those type of things that we, that we should not have. But this is not only for fasting day. This is for every day. That what we practice and do on fasting day should be, transferred into the other days, extended to the other days. Because that is very important for us. Because, we can't be going back to the same habits that, that we have, that we practice, and we really want to do it on Purnima day. So what happens for the rest of the days? So of course, Sadhguru Kabir Saheb mentioned that, one should be faithful. And this faithfulness that is, he's saying that it's not only to be faithful to perform the Purnima Brat, but the faithfulness is about, in family life too. You have to take care of your family. You can be the individual who took the responsibility to get, married and have family, and then midway there you did not want to complete your marriage fully. That does not add up at all. So it is necessary for us to, in the Purnima Brat, it is mentioned that Pati Bharta, meaning that one should be, as the wife, you must be faithful to your husband, and for the husband to be faithful also to the wife. And this faithfulness is not only about, that if the food wasn't prepared in time or whatever, it's about the whole life. It's so important. That sanskar, that of the marriage and that life, when you live and you reach to that way where you are, it is so important. Because after marriage, which is the 13th sanskar, and then there's the 14th and 15th. So there's not much more sanskar after marriage, just a few. Because there are only 16 sanskar in this world. And after the 13th, which is the Viva sanskar, from then to until you live in this life is, just about 3 more sanskar for you to complete. And well, you would say 2 because the last one is about when you leave this world. So, devotees, it is important that, that all these things that we say in the fasting is what, you extend to your other days and try to live that fruitful, that beneficial life for you so that you can protect yourself from this, there's all this everyday. Last night I was saying about this Maya, this illusion that, we keep popping up every day for us, and we don't know how to escape from it. So we have to really treat ourselves, with the medicine that will help us to live, our life peacefully. And one of such ways, of course, is performing the Purnima fast, as Sadhguru Kabir Sahib has told us. But you must also have good bearings, good benefits, do good actions and so on thing. Then you will reap, the benefit of performing such things like the Purnima Brat or Sandhyas or your Sumiran and your art. Boliye Sadhguru Kabir Sahib Ki Jai. So the time does go so fast. So now we will switch over to Mahan Hari, who will lead us on in this path here, and then he will switch back for me to summarize and close.
बोलिए सतगुरु कबीर साहेब की जय. Devotees, last night and tonight Uh, we received 2 wonderful nights of satsang from Mahan Nehru Sahib. This was preceded by the Sandhya yesterday by Mahan Rocky and family. Um, this being the first satsang for 2022, um, coming from Ramdass Ashram. We hope that the satsang was well received. And we pray that Satguru Kabir Sahib guide and protect the devotees throughout this year for a year full with his grace, his guidance, and his compassion. Satguru Kabir Sahib says in a wonderful Saki, Kabir khare bazar mein sabki chahe khair. Kabir khare bazar mein sabki chahe khair. Na kahu se dosti, na kahu se bair. In this famous Saki of Satguru Kabir Sahib, uh, the Satguru is saying that he is standing in the marketplace. Bazaar is marketplace. So he's standing there and sabke chahe kai. He don't want anything from anyone. He's here for the welfare of others. Briksha he's here sabki chahe kai. Na kahe se dosti, na kahe se bhai. No one is his friend and no one is his enemy. So devotees, as we begin this year of 2022, let us keep the teaching of Satguru Kabir Sahib close to our hearts and close to our mind, close to our being, so that we will imbibe and share his teachings wherever we go. In this month also, we have many birthdays. So we wish happy birthday to the devotees who are celebrating birthdays this month of January. We would have also some wedding anniversaries. So we pray that Satguru Kabir Sahib shower his blessings on these devotees who are sharing these 2 special occasions. We have a wonderful message from Pantri Hazur Ardanam Sahib. So I would do the bhog first, then I'll read the message, and then we'll revert back to Mahan Nehru Sahib for closing prayers and closing bandagi. If you have any prasad at this time, we can do the bhog. बोलिए सतगुरु कबीर साहेब की जय। सत्य पुरुष को भोग लगे, जय जय भय प्रकाश। सत्य पुरुष को भोग लगे, जय जय भय प्रकाश। कहे कबीर धर्मदास सो मिट गए जम के त्रास। कहे कबीर धर्मदास से मिट गए जम के त्रास। अचय अचय आसन गए मैं चरणन शरणाई। अचय अचय आसन गए मैं चरणन शरणाई। दया की न धर्मदास सो दीनो लोक पताई। दया की न धर्मदास सो दीनो लोक पताई। बोलिए सतगुरु कबीर साहिब की जय। So this is the message from Panchri Hazur Ardanam Sahib for this month of January. Satyanam, please accept my best wishes on the auspicious occasion of Paush Poornima. My greetings to all of you devotees of Satguru. Poornima is a special occasion and medium which allows me to connect with all of you. Satguru Kabir Sahib's message with regards to our journey in this life is indeed invaluable. As a human being, we have a very brief opportunity to be here. Therefore, it is best to have a happy and fulfilling life. पानी केरा बूल बलाम असमानुष की जात देखत ही डूब जाएंगे जो तारा प्रभात. Meaning, a man's life is just like bubbles of water. In no time, they burst and are over, just like stars disappear when the sun rises. Life is also ephemeral, like water bubbles. Today we are here, tomorrow we are not. This is why we have to do our best to be in good terms with everyone, not hurt or harm anyone. If we are not able to shower love on someone, at least we should not hurt them. If we hurt someone else, it is certain that that person will suffer. But more than that, we will suffer in our own life. कबीर आप टगराए और ना ठगिए खोई आप टगे सच होत है और टगे दुख होई. Meaning, Kabir says, if others try to fool you, let them, but never fool others. If ever you are fooled by someone, you will still be at peace with yourself. But if you fool others, you will surely suffer. This is a very strong message from Sadhguru Kabir Saheb. How long can you be happy after cheating someone? Such satisfaction does not last long. This is why you should never wish bad or do wrong to anyone by thought, word, or action. Just getting all of the luxuries of the world is not tantamount to being happy. Being harmonious and virtuous in society gives one more peace and happiness. I wish everyone well on this Purnima. Best wishes, Pantri Hazur Ardanam Sahib, 17th January 2022. Bandagi Sahib. At this point, we'll go back to Mahant Nehru Sahib for his closing Bandagi and closing remarks. Sahib Bandagi.
बोलिए सतगुरु कबीर साहिब की जय. So we still have a few minutes to 7:30. So I'll just sing a little chopai again and then we'll do Bandagi. कहे कबीर धर्मनि सुनिले पूनम व्रत निश्चय तोहि देहु कोटिन अश्वमेध करे जो कोई कोटि तीरथ करियावे सोई सकल पृथ्वी फेरे आवे जोई सोई कपूनम व्रत फल होई. कहे कबीर धर्मदास सुनीले. Sadhguru Kabir Sahib is telling Ramdass, Poornima Brat Nischay Tehi Dehu, that this Purnima Brat, how great this Purnima Brat is. Kotina Aswamete Karejo Koi, that if one should go millions of times and perform Aswamet Yaj. Aswamet is, they say that long ago people used to do different ceremonies and so. So if one should go and do, like services for, horse ceremonies and things. Long ago, that was part of the system they have of worship. But when they're doing this Ashramit is that they will have to invite everyone from the whole kingdom to attend. Otherwise, that ceremony will not be complete. So you say if one should do millions of that kind of ceremony. Koti kirata kari awesui. And that if one should do millions of pilgrimages, meaning that you go to all the religious pointers of this world. Okay? You go there in a very religious way. So you say one should go millions of times into that. Sakala Prithvi Firi Aweju. And that if one should walk this whole earth, take the opportunity and walk this whole earth, So eka Poornima Brata Palagui. That if one should perform one Poornima Brat, just one, so much benefits you will get. So, you know, we should never allow a Poornima Brat to miss us because so much benefits that one can derive from doing one Poornima Brat. But how you must perform this Brat? Sadhguru Kabir Saheb is saying, Sache dil se barti soi dharma artha sab sukrit oi jo yaha brat kare man lai dukh darir sakala miti jai. So he say, Sache dil se barte soi. That you must do this fast with a true heart. You must perform your Poornima Brat fully. Dharma artha sabha sukrita hoyi. That you will reap the benefit of of all your desires. Remember, if you go by the Santi, let's get 4 fruits: Ard, Dharam, Kam, or Moksha. So Sadhguru Kabir Sahib is reminding us that Dharma artha sabha sukrita hoyi. That if you do this thing, wholeheartedly and truly, that you'll get those fruits of life. Joya ha brata kare manalai. But you must do this how? Without without doing things to have, like you're performing your prayers and your desires is so much. You want more and more and more. So he says that you have to make yourself the righteous way and to end your suffering. Because once you go that route, you'll always fall back into the karma system and you will never be able to free yourself from this life. So devotees, the time does go so quickly, and we want to thank all of you for joining with us for this Poornima, but for this month of January. And to join us on Wednesday evening again, we will, from 7 p.m. we will have Sunday apart. You can join us. Until such time, let's bow our heads as we do our closing prayer. तीरथ गया तो एक फल संत मिले फल चार सतगुरु मिले अनेक फल कहे कबीर विचार कहे कबीर विचार चरण बंदगी चरण सेवा अजर मूल सार साहिब कबीर के बंदगी पहुंचे उतरे से शिवार कहे कबीर सुनो धर्मदास चरण बंदगी गुरु प्रकाश ज्ञानी ध्यानी नागा निर्वाणी कुठारी बंडारी कर दर्शन 4 संप्रदा 52 द्वारे 4 गुरु वंश 42 की है सकल हंस के बंदगी साहिब बंदगी साहिब बंदगी साहिब सतना।